Good morning, all of you. Good morning, students. Yeah. So, a warm welcome to each one of you to this prestigious and momentous occasion for the development dialogue on what is that? Are you all prepared for this? Did you go through what are you going to have lecture on today? Yes? Did you all have any idea about why are you here for? Yes or no? No. Okay. So are you excited for today's event? Why no?
Suddenly they are not prepared.
You're not prepared. Okay. So I hope you will really enjoy this session because we have our eminent speaker here. So let me introduce all the our speaker and our principal madam before we start with the session. Okay. So we are privileged here actually to support the endorsement given by Prime Minister of India and Government of India initiative. Today's event marks a significant milestone as it dwells into the theme Amrit Kaal Vimarsh Bharat at 2027, a vision that encapsulates the essence of transformative development for our beloved nation. So it is a dialogue that speaks to pave the way for a future that is not only rich in prosperity, but it is also deeply rooted in the principles of sustainability and progress. So we are privileged to support this initiative headed by Government India and Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. To guide us through this transformative dialogue, we are honored to have our distinguished speaker, Lieutenant Colonel Mohammed Ali sir with us here, our guest speaker, whose insights and expertise will undoubtedly inspire and enlighten us. This presence, your presence adds a layer of wisdom and experience to our discussions as we eagerly anticipate the valuable perspectives that you're going to share with our students today. As we embark on this journey of dialogue and exploration, let us keep in mind the significance of collective efforts in shaping the destiny of our great nation. The exchange of ideas, the sharing of knowledge, and the collaborative spirit that defines this event are the building blocks of the transformative development we envision. Once again, a heart welcome to each one of you, and may this dialogue be a source of inspiration and motivation as we together work towards building an Amrit Kaal, a period of transformation that will propel India to a new heights by the year 2047. So before we actually start with the event and I share about our college and this aim of the program, I would like to invite our speaker and chief guest for today, Mohammed Ali sir. Sir, please come. I also request our principal madam, Dr. B.L. Malleshwari, to come and join sir with us. So before I start with the session, let me give you a clear insights on what is this Amrit Kaal Vimarsh Bharat. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji introduced this concept of Amrit Kaal, the era of excelsior, to the entire nation of India's 75th Independence Day. Amrit Kaal is the Prime Minister's vision for 2047. For New India, a new dawn for the country which will bring with it the chance to fulfill the nation's aspirations. The Prime Minister, sir, envisioned the coming 25 years to restructure the fragments of the Indian economy through rapid profitable growth, better living conditions for all of us, infrastructure and technological advancements, reawakening the world's trust in India. The Panch Pran or the 5 fundamentals of Amrit Kaal include the global developing India, elimination of any trace of the colonial mindset, honor and pride in our roots, development of unity and a sense of duty among citizens. In the era of Amrit Kaal, where the excelsior of progress flows through our veins, it is imperative to revisit and revise our youth policy to ensure a steadfast march towards the vision of a developed India by 2047. This transformation demands a holistic approach that encompasses a Panch Pran of Amrit Kaal, the goal of developed India, shedding the colonial mindset, embracing our cultural root, fostering unity and instilling a sense of duty among citizens. First and foremost, the vision of a developed India should be the guide forcing behind our youth policy. It is essential to define clear goals and objectives that align with the aspirations of India. Revising the youth policy also requires concrete measures to addressing the evolving needs of the youth in the Amrit Kaal era. In overall of youth policy, aligning it with the punch pran of Amrit Kaal. The vision of developed India, shedding the colonial mindset, embracing our cultural roots, fostering unity and instilling a sense of duty among citizens. By revisiting and reviving our approach, we can unleash the full potential of our youth and pave the way for future India, which stands tall as a developed nation. So with this, I conclude the introduction to Amrit Kaal. Now before I start with the event again, I would like to give brief insights about our college to our chief guest, our speaker, Mohammed Ali sir. Sir, Keshav Memorial Institute of Technology is established in the year 2007, which is one of the premier engineering colleges in the state of Telangana. We are associated with Keshav Memorial Educational Group of Societies, which is well known for its educational institutions for the past 75 years, and we are running successfully as a top engineering college in the state of Telangana. Keshav Memorial Education Society was initially developed in 1940 by Pandit Vinayak Rao Vidyalankar in the memory of his father, Sri Justice Keshav Rao Kavyalankar, who was a judge of the Hyderabad High Court, a part of the freedom movement. The present grounds of Keshav Memorial are witness to the struggle of independence. KMIT is approved to AICTE New Delhi and affiliated to Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Technological University, JNTU, Hyderabad, and it is recognized by Government of India, Telangana. KMIT is co-promoted and powered by Genesis Solutions and Teleparadigm Networks, a premier software training and educational emerging technologies which are tied up with various MNCs. KMIT is located in Narayanguda, a central locality in the city of Hyderabad. So KMIT has served a niche for itself by focusing on providing holistic education that includes problem-solving skills, professional and ethical responsibilities. The various programs and platforms are offered by the college, encouraging learner autonomy. So we have various initiatives that we take up in the college, like Imagineering School, Project School, Trishul program, Utkarsh. We have Utkarsh, wherein we have R&D, Udan research going on various projects. So KMIT has a distinct advantage of being located in the heart of city, Narayanguda, which allows us to easily connect to every part of the city with metro station, bus stop, everything situated within around the college. So this is about our college, sir. Now for the students, I would like to give a brief insight or introduction to our chief guest today. Mohammed Ali sir is a retired army professional. He is a certified project management professional, a mechanical engineer from NIT Surat, and he also has an MTech in aerospace engineering from IIT Kharagpur. Sir has total 29 years of experience, out of which 21 years of dynamic and diversified technical experience in the Indian Army as an officer in the Corps of Electronics and Mechanical Engineers. With independent charge most of the time, over these 21 years, Sir was actively involved in maintenance and repair operations, logistics management, quality management and engineering support planning of various cars, jeeps, light motor vehicle, heavy motor vehicles, recovery trucks, etc. After taking premature retirement from the army, Sir worked as a short assignment as Deputy General Manager at Proforce Limited, Lagos, Nigeria, which deals with armoring and bullet proofing of commercial and military vehicles, as a director, handling the complete end-to-end operations of Interface HR solution. For 5 years, from 2017 to 22, Sir has worked in Ashok Leyland as the head of the driver and service training, where he was responsible for conducting and completing the training up to 8 lakh driver trainees from the general public and company customers, and about 12,000 dealer technicians through 12 driving training institutes and 11 service training across the country. Sir was also instrumental in training, setting up 4 new driving training centers under PPP, Public-Private Partnership Mode, and 2 service training centers in India. Sir currently works as consultant to Automotive Skill Development Council, ASDC, on road transportation and skill development matters, and runs his own training and project consultancy in Hyderabad. Sir, we warmly welcome you, sir. Thank you for gracing us. Yeah. So we also welcome our dynamic principal madam, Dr. Malleshwari madam, to the event. I now request Mohammed Ali sir to share his insights on the seminar.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Hello.
Pocket.
Hmm?
Or live streaming.
Yeah.
This is my current.
Okay. Acha, ఇది లైవ్ స్ట్రీమింగ్ కోసమా వినబడదా?
Pocket. Easy in this.
హలో. Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everybody. No, this is very low. I want a big good morning. Good morning, everybody. Let's have it one more time. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, sir. Okay, good. That's like a classroom. Thanks a lot, Madam Principal, Malleshwari Garu, and the staff of KMIT, and my dear friends. Today I am here to make this interesting or not so interesting. You know, I like the guts of few people who said that the class is not interesting or you have come here without interest. Can we have one more shout out from them? Are you interested? No. Make it bit more, a little louder. Are you interested? No. Okay, good. So we'll try to change that perception. So I know why you guys are not interested, because this is on future technologies of automobile industry and you guys are all from the computer science background. That's the reason why you say that this is not interesting. Okay, so this is part of a dialogue on the future of academia. So as a part of the dialogue, we are going to see how we are going to transform India in Amrit Kaal. Okay, what is Amrit Kaal? Anybody? I just want to know whether the basics are right or not. Which period is called the Amrit Kaal, as said by our Prime Minister? Amrit Kaal is from the 76th year of independence to the 100th year. Okay, so you guys are going to actually make it into a real Amrit Kaal. Okay, so that is the period nominated, but you guys are going to make it. So there is a huge responsibility on you guys. Okay, so what we are going to do now, in maybe 45 minutes or so, we will touch upon what are the main objectives of this Amrit Kaal and what it has got to do with academia, the kind of knowledge or skills we get at the colleges and what is required by the industry. And then we are going to see what can be done to make it more interesting, okay, make it more productive. Okay. Yeah, I am from a organization called Automotive Skill Development Council. So when it was, as you guys know, that whatever is taught in the schools and colleges is generally not what is required by the industry. So this gap, which was, recognized by the government in the year of 2014, the Ministry of Road Transport and Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship was formed, basically to promote skill development and entrepreneurship. As a part of that, there was a public-private partnership of industry and the government. So National Skill Development Corporation was formed, wherein the skill development of all the stakeholders, especially the workforce, will be taken care of. Under it, there were sector skill councils, means there were councils, there were different bodies which will take care of each sector. So for automobile sector, we have this Automobile Sector Skill Council, that is ASDC, Skill Development Council. Likewise, we have about, the NSDC board has about 38 skill development, sector skill councils. But ASDC was the first one. This was supported by all these promoting bodies, basically the industries, ACMA, SIAM and FADA. ACMA is Automotive Component Manufacturers Association, SIAM is the Society for Indian Automobile Manufacturers, and FADA is the Federation of Automobile Dealers Association. So this is actively supported firstly by the Ministry of Skill Development Council, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Ministry of Heavy Industries and Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. So that is the basic backdrop of the place where I come from and the purpose of it. Oh. How do we go back? Okay. Okay, don't worry. So ASDC is the main objective of this is to continually develop and upgrade automotive skills. Okay, so whatever is required by the industry, it has to develop the skills in the students, and then with the help of the industry organizations as well as their curriculum and their assessment methods, place them into the industry, thereby contributing and maintaining the pipeline of workforce to the industry as well as contributing to the economy. Okay, so that is the role played by ASDC. So coming to Amrit Kaal Vimarsh, so this is the discussion how you guys are going to take this forward. Are you ready for that? Are you ready, or you're just going to be watching it while somebody else is taking ahead? Yeah, tell me, are you ready? Okay, you should be. Because it is the youth of the nation which will take the nation forward. It is not old people. Okay, old people actually, they stagnate or take it backwards. No offense meant to anybody. So this Vision India 2 for 2047 is a project initiated by Niti Aayog to make India a global leader in innovation and technology. Okay, by promoting these objectives. What are those objectives? Making India into a 30 trillion economy by 2047. Yeah, somebody is looking at it with disbelief. That's fine, because right now what is the GDP of our country? It is about 3.7 trillion only. So when we look at that, we in another let us say 2 years have already passed. Okay, so no, 25 is going to come. So there are 2 more years to start this race. So we have to grow 8-fold to make it 30 trillion. And the per capita income of 18,000 to 20,000. So right now the per capita income is just 2,393. So we have to again go 8-fold increase. So that is a huge responsibility and very lofty aims, So we need to actually work vigorously and diligently towards making this happen. Building world-class infrastructure and facilities, promoting digital economy and governance, developing, boosting the indigenous industry and innovation, becoming self-reliant in all the industries, especially the defense and the space sectors, fostering green growth. As you can see, ours is a very populous country. So the automobile industry and as well as the industrial, sector, they contribute a lot to the pollution. So this will actually affect our own population. So in order to reduce the pollutions, we need to go for green technologies. So this is why I am mentioning this, is because our impetus, our focus in the future will be on green technologies, mostly the electric vehicles. And this is where our role comes in. Empowering the youth with skills and education, creating more employment opportunities. Now probably you may have 100% placement record. So that's why you guys may not be worried. But there are so many engineering colleges across the country. Okay, I get it. It may not be 100%. Okay, but why is this not 100%? There is a requirement. There are people. But this gap, why is this gap there existing? Because the college do not provide the requisite education which is required by the industry. That's the reason why people are not getting employed. Okay, so we have to see as to what is required by the industry or what is required by the nation indirectly, equip ourselves with those skills so that we get readily absorbed into the industry and start contributing. The last one is self-explanatory. So now my focus, because I come from ASDC, is on developing the automotive industry and how we can contribute to it. Let me tell you, automobile industry now is more of electronics and computer science. It has got to do less with mechanical as of now. Still mechanical has a lot of role to play, but you guys will be playing a bigger role in the future automobile industry. So I want each one of you to look at it with interest and figure out as to whether this will appeal to you or not. Okay. Now, why I am giving this, red herring right now itself, because you guys need to think as to, based on your background, how you are going to fit into whatever I am going to say henceforth. So briefly we will touch upon what will be the future of the automobile industry and what are the requirements basically. So as far as the Indian automobile industry is concerned, these are the four main pillars. There is a growing demand. Our population, what is our population? 1.4 billion. Okay, 1.4 billion, and the advantage the country as of now has is 40% of the people are less than 25 years of age. Okay, so with this young population, as they grow, their aspirations will be higher. So they would be wanting to buy luxury cars, and also thereby there will be a great demand for the automobiles. And also the middle class income, the income levels of middle class are continuously rising. So these two factors put together will generate a huge demand for automobiles in the future to come. So industry has to be ready for that, to fill that demand. Then there are opportunities also. You know very well that we are moving towards less greener technologies. So the shift is changing from the petrol or diesel driven engines to electric engines. So electric engines as well as autonomous vehicles. In the days to come, or maybe in the years to come, we have already started the revolution. So India has got a great potential to be a world leader in this because of the sheer workforce we have. At the same time, because of this huge demand, we have a captive population of about 40% of this 1.4 billion population. Okay, in maybe 2047 this is going to increase to 1.6 billion, which is a projection. Okay, so there will be a lot of consumption of these automobiles. So there is a great opportunity. Hence, the foreign direct investments have already started coming into our country for setting up automobile industries. Almost for the last 2 years, it was about 8 billion US dollars, and this year also roughly about 8 billion was expected to come, and this is going to increase in the future. At the same time, the government has started introducing, started supporting by getting in some policies like production linked incentive schemes, wherein if people come and set up their industries in India, they are going to give them lands at concessional rates. They are going to give them tax benefits. Recently there was an article, I've seen it on the net, where our transport minister Nitin Gadkari has said that if Tesla wants to come to India and get concessions, what do they need to do? They need to manufacture it here. Why is it so? Because if they want the concession, they need to manufacture it here. If they manufacture here, we'll have our workforce. The technology will be developed here and our workforce will be employed there. So that is the kind of policy support. And government also has come up with a scrappage policy, wherein the moment you finish 15 years of life of an automobile, they're going to give you some concession when you buy a new vehicle. So all these things will actually encourage the industrialists or the manufacturers to set up factories in India. In the next 10 years, there will be a difference in the way the cars are produced, in the way the companies that will, there will be a difference in the, the vast difference in the way the companies which produce the cars operate, and also the consumers, because there is young population, who are very clear about their preferences. That was evident by the shoutouts you people have given. So it's very clear that you guys are, clear in your head what you want. So I'm very sure when that is the clarity which one has, so obviously the consumer preferences also will be very clear. So in the years to come, the way the cars have to shape up also will be different, and that technology will be leading this change. It will be on these 4 key themes, as the cars of the future will be green, convenient, safe and affordable. Okay. Green car of the future. You know that the greenhouse effect, the automobile sector world over contributes about 22% to the greenhouse effect. Greenhouse gases, any idea? Okay, they are the ones which will absorb the heat, which in limited quantity are better to sustain the life, but in at a greater quantity will destroy the life. So we need to, as of now, 22% is contributed by the automobile sector, and this is bound to increase. You see, in the next coming 10 years, this is going to increase by about 1.75x. So in order to arrest this, we need to have green vehicles, mostly electric vehicles, or maybe hydrogen fuel based vehicles, where the batteries can always be solar powered also. Convenient car of the future. So the urban population, most of the people in search of jobs are moving towards the cities. So in that case, people when buy the car, the congestion in the cities increases. And as the congestion increases, so what do we need to have? We need to have smart cars which are going to decrease this congestion. Okay. Now the detail given here is 30 hours per annum is what the Japanese spend in the traffic jams. Whatever Hyderabad and Bangalore, they do it in a month only. Okay. So we need to have a car which will be smart enough to navigate the car into a different direction or less congested route. So the technology has to be built in there accordingly. Safe car of the future. So as the days progress, 10% of the world population is 65 years and above. So do we also have a similarly aged population. And if you look at these figures, 5 lakh people killed and 7 million people injured world over per annum. Do you know what the figure for India is? Anybody? Okay. Yeah, somebody was telling something? It is 1.5 lakh deaths and 4.5 lakh injuries per annum in our country. And this figure has been constant for the past 10 years. Though the cars have been increasing, government has been opening, many driver training institutes to train the people on driving and all, yet we are having this figure of 1.5 lakh deaths and 4.5 lakh injuries. So we need to have a safer car to reduce this figure, because people will be dying for no fault of this. Affordable car. Obviously with this much of population, cars can't be costly. So we need to have mass manufacturing practices wherein the cost will come down. The 7 key trends of the future. In the cars of the future, we can see these trends, where the first one will be filling up and plugging. Is this clear? You are able to see it? Maybe because of the light I am not able to see. Yeah, there in the last row, or unless you are a staff there, the students there. Okay, am I audible? Okay, but you are not. Am I audible? Okay, good. So filling up and plugging in. Okay, filling up as far as the EVs are concerned is basically charging. People, there's a terminology which is being used. So the green cars of the future. So what are the technology, parameters which we need to look at? Ease of charging. Apart from, some kind of a contraption where you can charge it at home, there should also be charging facilities, standardized charging facilities across the city, wherein any car can come, just plug in, charge it, and maybe, on the highways, they can also have charging facilities. At that time, the cars will have longer range. Once this facility is provided, more and more people will go in for purchase of an electric car. Lightening up. It is basically reducing the weight of the car. Cars of the future will have lightweight. They will be using composite materials like carbon fiber and other alloys, wherein the total weight of the car will be reduced, so you will have more power to weight ratio, so the range of the cars will be more. Self-driving cars. Obviously autonomous cars are the cars of the future. We already have different levels of autonomy, that is from 0 level to level 5. 0 level is human driving the car, and level 5 is fully autonomous. Right now the cars in the world are hovering between level 2 and 3, where people have this adaptable cruise control, lane maintenance, emergency braking. These are those facilities which are provided by the car. So this will assist the driver so that the load on the driver is not there. Okay. So, but as the days progresses, this autonomy levels will keep increasing. Evolving the supply chain. Obviously, supply chain is nothing but the supply of the raw materials which go into the production of the car as well as the transportation of these cars to their destination. So if the supply chain is cost effective, then the cost of the car will come down. So the technology is being used extensively in this supply chain arena, where they are going to get the cost down. Obviously, with so much of competition, there will be so much of money involved, there will be new competitors and they will get new technologies. Apple is not an automobile industry. Okay, but what is the car? Car also, if you take the wheels out, it's nothing but a computer. If it's an electric car, mostly it is, everything there is mostly based on computers. You have this electronic units there, okay, control units, ECUs. So the cars of the future will be computer driven, okay. So other companies also will get into the fray. The Internet of Cars, like how you have Internet of Things, we have so many use cases of Internet of Cars. We will see that in the coming slides, which will actually be of interest for you people, because you can choose to get into that field and contribute. Shift in the emerging markets. Now, as we are producing cars on a large scale, there will be areas where we can take this car manufactured cars to the new markets, emerging markets, third world markets, so that cars will be produced in India and sold in these third world countries. Coming to few of the use cases in automobile of IoT, that is Internet of Things. Fleet management. So fleet management, the trucks are integrated with weight measurements, location tracking. Now we have these car aggregators also which use this technology. There's Ola, Uber and all, they are using the technology. They don't own any cars, but they are providing these services. So most of the people, earlier it used to be a Herculean task to go and hire a taxi. I'm very sure you guys may or may not be knowing, but the teachers here will definitely know. Earlier, even to get an auto also, you have to walk up to the auto stand, or taxi is again a different issue. Now it is very easy, sitting in the confines of your home, you just order for a Ola, Uber or any other aggregator, and it will be there on your fingertips, fans, okay, on your phone, and you can order for it. Similar way, you can, if you have to manage these cars also, it is so much easier, because you can do the tracking. So when you have to manage the fleet, if they are going, not on the designated track, you can easily, that the owner will be alerted and you can talk to the driver and get him on track. Connected cars. Now as we are moving towards autonomous cars, cars need to be connected. The data of the cars has to be transmitted to 4 places through the cellular vehicle to environment technology architecture, whereas cars will be connected, the vehicle will be connected to the other vehicle, so that if it's an autonomous car, the position of one car will be known to the other car, so that if they are going in a lane or specially designated lane for autonomous car, right now the roads in India are not yet equipped to handle the full autonomy of the cars. But as the years progress, government is also coming up with smart city projects wherein they might have designated car lanes at few places to start with, and probably they'll expand it to other areas as well. So there can be vehicle to vehicle information transfer, there can be vehicle to infrastructure data transfer. Infrastructure means the traffic lights, the control room of the traffic police, wherein they will be able to guide the people, and the car also can be guided. If there is a traffic jam, they will get an alert saying that this particular route has got a traffic, better take the alternate route. Right now also, when you look at the GPS, they will give you the different routes where how you can go. But this technology is yet to be embedded into the car. Most of the cars do not have it. They have their own proprietary technology, which generally has to be updated at the service centers. Automotive maintenance system. The maintenance of the car is one thing where you can save on a lot of money, as the cost of operation of a car or a truck. Generally, if it is a matter of a truck, 8% of the total, lifetime cost will be used up for maintenance of the car. But out of this, you can save a lot by doing predictive maintenance. So, if we have the Internet of Things, the health monitoring of the various systems of the car can be monitored by the inbuilt system, and the service center can be alerted, or even the owner of the car can be alerted. Thereby, you can save on precious, money. Autonomous vehicles. Autonomous vehicles, we have this different levels of autonomy. When I told this, that we need to inbuilt into the car, where this vehicle to pedestrians, vehicle to pedestrian data transfer, or vehicle to even emergency situation, should there be an accident, how will they come to know? Because the car itself will transfer the data to the emergency hospitals and all. So and so car has met with an accident, this is the details of the drivers, please come and send some emergency team. So that we have this autonomy, or autonomy levels of the vehicle can keep increasing as the technology progresses, and government also should support in providing the equally for favorable infrastructure. In-vehicle infotainment and telematics. Now the data which you can see in the cars is more, visually appealing, and more of the data you can see and you can know the health of the car. Okay, and telematics is getting the data, the parameters of the vehicle to the headquarters. In Ashok Leland, there was a case. You might be knowing, generally when you are going downhill, you will be not going in a gear, you will go in neutral, because most of the people want to save fuel. Okay, so when they want to save the fuel, they will be running the vehicle in neutral. But what happens when you run the vehicle on neutral in slopes? Here it is not the engine driving the wheels, it is the wheels driving the engine. Okay, when the wheels are driving the engine, what happens is the engine speed, sometimes there is a danger that it will increase beyond its designated capacity, then the valve seatings will be damaged. So this can result in engine failure. So if we have a truck or a car which is very costly, so by just small negligence, if the engine is getting damaged, you will incur a huge loss. But if the telematics data is there present in the car, this data will be transported to the headquarters where the monitoring will be done, and alert will be triggered, and the driver can be approached via telephone to slow down the car or the truck, or maybe run it in gear, so that the damage can be controlled. This is happening in the trucks and the cars as well, wherein so much of downtime, equipment downtime, as well as precious money is being saved. Road condition analytics and navigation. Now the GPS system, which will give you about the road conditions, even now also when you are navigating on your GPS, it will give you, but then it will give you all about the road conditions, the alternate routes. If there is a congestion, there will be blue line if the road is clear, or which line if the road is blocked. Okay, I think the orange line. So when we have this Internet of Things, if this GPS technology is embedded into the car can navigate through these traffic jams effortlessly, thereby saving on the time. So the purpose of having a car will be met. Otherwise, I tell you, sometimes it is better to use alternative transport than going by a car. Biometric seat technology. Okay, here biometric seat technology is something which the future cars will be having, wherein your biometric data, like how you have it on the mobile phones, okay, maybe the hand impressions or your iris data, in a similar manner your biometric data of the users of the car will be mapped to the car, so that your personal preferences can be set. I mean, the kind of AC you'd like to have, the kind of speeds which you'd like to go, and maybe the seating condition, what is the incline you want to have, these all can be fed. So the moment you get into the car and you sit into the car, automatically rest of the parameters will be aligned to your preferences. So this is the advantage of a biometric seat technology in the cars, wherein you have this high level sensors to the steering wheels as well as the seat belts, which will give the vital parameters. Okay. Another advantage is they will check the pulse rate and the heartbeat of a driver. So if the driver is going on a long haul, if he is tired, sometimes people do, and if they are employees, they will be made to run the vehicle despite being tired. But if they are tired and they are still driving the vehicle, they'll have an accident. So to prevent this, whenever the car finds that the driver is feeling drowsy or sleepy, there will be alert generated and the driver will be warned, or maybe he will be replaced. And there is also an interesting case which we noticed during one of those transportations of oil. In these oil companies, that oil has to be transported from the the main factories to the other locations. So what people used to do is, the drivers who are required to drive those vehicles, they have a specialized qualification. They need to be qualified on driving vehicles of carrying hazardous material. So people who are qualified will be there inside the gate, and they are a bit costly because they are highly qualified. They are slightly more qualified than the regular drivers. But what used to happen was, the moment the vehicle used to go out of the gates of the company, some other driver used to get in and take the vehicle. Now this is a danger, because first of all it's an unethical practice, but this is leading to accidents. Had there been a biometric identification, then it will be very difficult. It will be very difficult for other person to sit there, because an alert will be generated. Or even you can prevent thefts of the car, because no other person can sit into the car other than the person who is a rightful owner. Firmware over the air update. Now this is something where I must tell you a case where one of my family members, is an electronics engineer and a computer science graduate, computer science in MTech. He is working for electrical cars in this division. Over the air support. How many of you know this over the air support? Okay, this is one thing which you guys will be exposed to, because here more than an automobile engineer, you require a computer science graduate here, because whatever upgrades or plugins which you require in the automobiles, it is done mostly by the computer science graduates. So in the usually what happens is, when the cars are manufactured, most of the components, most of the components are this electronic control units. They are all software driven. So there might be upgrades which will make the operations faster and more efficient. So every time there is an upgrade, there is no requirement for the car to come to the service center. Over the air support is basically, you take the permission of the driver and you upgrade the software sitting at the headquarters itself, thereby saving the downtime and the requirement for the person to come to the service center. So this is one advantage of the over the air support. And at the same time, if there is any malfunction also, they can do bug fixing sitting at remote places. In Tesla, one of the examples, so this happens like this, this is self-explanatory. Over the air, here it is over the internet, this is the car, and from here the servers, all the software which is required will be embedded into and accordingly logged. So Tesla, before their cars, this model, Tesla Model 3 went on the market, their model was having a braking distance of 46 meters when going at 100 kilometers per hour. Okay. Now this braking distance was corrected and made to 6 meters. Now why is this important? Because braking distance is when you have an idea about the braking distance. So when you brake the vehicle, that is the time the distance it travels before it eventually stops. So just imagine if cars are going at 100 kilometers per hour, and if you do the braking and it stops after 46, so that means if you are traveling like how we do in India, so any braking results into an accident. 6 meters is cool enough because at least you are 6 meters away. And let me tell you, all those who are driving the vehicles and all, you must know the braking distance of your vehicle while you are traveling on the road. Most of the accidents actually happen because of this. Because you generally end up traveling one after the other as if, that's a long lost friend you are following. So you should actually maintain the braking distance of your car so that whenever there is an emergency brake also, you will stop without actually bumping into that other car. Automotive software engineering, where of course all those, the components, basically the other automotive components are manufactured by different companies and you require a common architecture. Okay, now I think this sounds, you will be able to identify with this. You need to have a common architecture where all these components can be plugged in using a common software and made functional. So we have these embedded systems here, electronic control units and microcontrollers, infotainment systems. We have the advanced driver assistance systems, basically for the autonomous cars. Right now also in the autonomy of level 2 and 3, this ADAS system actually helps the driver and takes the pressure off him. Autonomous driving software, communication protocols between the different components, cyber security. Now if you have to have these cars to prevent them from theft, because most of it is software driven, so we need to have robust software which will withstand the cyber attacks. Also, they need to be compliant with the industry standards, basically to ensure that there is interoperability. We should have a standardized approach in which the components are manufactured and integrated. Now having seen this, how the future cars will be, now how are we going to match our academic skill to the requirements of the industry? So ASDC, that is the Automotive Skill Development Council, is coming up with a 60-hour skill-based qualifications on these topics. Now you can see these are all computer science topics only. I don't think any mechanical engineering topic is here. So they are coming with a 60-hour program which will be a government recognized program. Okay, so that this will prepare you to apply for even automobile jobs. Because I know most of the people are interested in software jobs, but this is also part of that. Yeah, something interesting going on? Is it the students or the teachers roaming around? Okay. Now as per the national education policy, okay, as per the national education policy, our job is to basically, create awareness of automobile industry in the educational institutions, which I am currently doing. So after this, if the institution is interested, we will be setting up a center by affiliation. We will be setting up a center of excellence. Guys, you guys have spent so much of time and investing time to listen to me, even though if it is not interesting, which you have already told in the beginning, better listen. Okay? You don't lose anything by listening. Probably you may not register it, but keep your ears open. Okay, I think I have your support on this. Even if you want to talk among yourself, please do it only using sign language and eyes only. Okay, now we have Center of Excellence. Center of Excellence can be established in a school wherein the current equipment will be seen, and if need be, industry support can be brought in to set up the Center of Excellence. Your professors or the lecturers will be given the trainer, they will undergo the train the trainer program so that they will be in a position to administer this course, and the course development will be done by the ASDC as per the National Skill Qualification Packs, as per the standards which are acceptable by the Government of India, which is industry relevant. There will also be industry visits. People will be taken to different industries, automobile industries, where you will be exposed to the areas where you will be working in the future. The assessment and certification will be done by the ASDC, and there is also a placement support which is given by ASDC. Here these are the roles undertaken by the OEMs, undertaken by ASDC with the OEMs. Basically, we at ASDC we feel that we are more relevant because we are with the industry. We know what are the requirements of the industry. So we are sort of a mediator between the academia and the industry. So we know what the requirement is. We have all these qualification packs, as per the experts of the industry. Let's say if it's a four-wheeler industry, the car manufacturing industry, all the experts of the car manufacturing industry, they come together, form this qualification packs. Means what is required, what is the skill level required at each level, maybe at engineer's level, at even mechanic level or a supervisor level. So it is authenticated by them and then adopted. This course curriculum, so we have about 136 job roles. So our course content is basically based on the job roles only, which is relevant. People can be job ready the moment they finish this course. Then we have, once we have the affiliation, we have the train the trainer program, and we will teach them how to assess the students. Then there will be a affiliation of the training partners. We will get in the industry also, wherever possible. We will do the assessment and certification. Then ASDC also implements projects for the industry, under their CSR or CSR projects, as well as government and non-governmental projects. ASDC conducts many courses which are mostly free of cost. They do not cost you anything because they are under the PMKVY scheme, Prime Minister Kaushal Yojana, Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Then you will also be taken to participate in world competitions, wherein you will have a opportunity to showcase your talent. So we have already had the people who have won medals at World Skills competition in 2017 and 22 and in 2019. Then there will be a placement option also provided. Well, our industry engagements is, like I mentioned before, even with the industry also, we interact with the industry. We tell them that all those people who have not been trained, who have not had formal training like the mechanics or the people, the supervisors or even the engineers, we have something known as recognition of prior learning. So based on our qualification packs, we map the current skill set to our qualification packs and give them the training, additional training which is required, and then certify them. So this way we help in making all the students the job ready and industry ready. Gentlemen, in this short time I have finished what I wanted to say about how the academia or basically the students need to prepare well for making this Amrit Kaal into a reality. Because friends, let me tell you, even I was like you when I was in college. Okay, so that's why I totally agree with you that when you come to seminars like this and all, okay, you sometimes are forced to come. But whenever you are being forced to come, now that you are here, better you should have listened and try to see what can be done. Because 25 years later, by which time you will be around my age or maybe lesser than my age, you should be around 20, 18 to 20, or add another 25 to it. What will that be? 45. So that time you can sit back and try to recollect whether did I contribute to the Amrit Kaal or not, or were you just a bystander. Okay. Now with this, let us I am open to questions, any type of questions, because the topic from ASDC is this, but you can ask me any questions. For I have enough experience and I'll try to answer as much as I can. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes guys, any questions? Or if it is lunch time? Nahi hai na? Okay. No lunch or no lunch time? Lunch. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me see who's going to ask the first question. Yeah, please. Mic dena. Babu idiche. Okay. Idiche. At least she'll be louder.
Internship offers from your side, sir?
Yes. We do have internship offers. Provided the college gets affiliated. I am already in talks. We are in touch with the management. So if the college gets affiliated, most of the students will get internship offers with the industry. See, our programs, programs are tailored for what is required in the industry. So definitely there will be internship offers. And also placements, Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, the next question. Guys, let me ask something, out of this topic. How many guys want to join the army? Anybody? Only one? None? Okay, good. So that is so much for the Bharat Mata ki Jai, huh? Okay. Yeah, next question. Okay, having no questions means either you have understood everything or nothing. Okay. So you want me to repeat if you have not understood anything? Okay. Yeah, any other question? Yes, please.
So you said about corruption right at the start of the PPDS presentation of Savera, because corruption is an open secret in India.
1 minute. Did I mention about corruption?
About how are you going to make a project with certain goals in 2047?
Okay.
So how is it possible with present level of corruption in India and government? Because I don't think we'll be able to achieve such goals in mind with corruption. What are your opinions on that?
Yeah, very, very nice question, because I also think about this. Because I am so averse to corruption, I always, my blood boils, but then I am also helpless. But as I can see, as the technology is progressing, while we have this digital payments or digital filling of the forms, we can reduce. And this corruption can be reduced by participation, by participation by all the stakeholders. So you would like to reduce the corruption, that is fine. You are not the only person who is going to correct the system, but government has to bring in policies. There has to be regulatory policies which has to be implementable. Okay, by merely having policies is not going to change the system. But if the policies are implemented properly, like for example in the automobile, if you are breaking any traffic rule, the traffic police has to come and give you a challan, and you also have to pay the money. You just can't say ki Anna nik dilsa na taata evaru na ma baba evaru. You can't do that. Okay. So it is a two-way topic. Okay. The regulatory authority, implementing authority, as well as the other stakeholders who are facing this have to be right. I hope that answers the question. Yeah. Next.
How do we know about these courses, sir? How do we join them?
Yeah, like I told you, once you are affiliated, you can go to the website of ASDC. Go to the website of ASDC, those courses are there, whatever courses are on offer, and you can enroll them. But if you want to do it through your college can approach us. Once they are affiliated, most of this, we will be setting up a lab here and having the courses run in your own college itself, where your instructors, your professors will be trained on the subject, and this will be a part of your curriculum. Let me tell you, there is something known as National Education ID card. Have you heard about this? APAR card? Oh, great. So I don't know what you guys see on the internet and all. Okay. This is something kind of a edu-locker. Like you have all your qualification documents in one locker, wherein it is something like a proficiency card. Whenever you are going to apply for a job, you don't have to actually give your resume. You just have to give your edu-locker ID, APAR ID, and they will come to know everything about you as to when you have passed out, when you have done your internship, whatever projects you have done. Okay. So that way, in the future, guys, this you are going to face it actually, this APAR cards and all will be applicable to you, not to me. Okay, I'll probably be overseeing this thing, but then it is more applicable to you when you go for your jobs. If not now, even later also. Now probably you'll get a direct entry, but these cards will be useful. So you should be aware of it. And at the same time, there are so many online courses wherein I don't know how many of you have done these online courses apart from your curriculum. Anybody? Anybody who has done at least 2 online courses? Okay, 1. So only 2 out of these 200. Guys, let me tell you, because I also have kids almost of your age. Is not going to get you jobs. Or probably, what happens is people feel, yes, once they get placed in the, job, then the life is clear. No, life is set. No. You again need to continuously upgrade yourself. So that is why do as many online courses as possible. So that you will have, you will be so much industry ready. Because people will see, basic training. Training is nothing but skills, knowledge, skills and attitudes. Okay, knowledge is given by the colleges. Skills is something which you do with your own hands. And attitude is you want work, attitude towards the work which you develop, which you will exhibiting in your interviews. Okay, so to develop that, you need to continuously upgrade yourself. Yeah, next question.
Sir, coming to the insights on automobiles and how the computer science engineers can impact the industry. I have a question, sir. So basically, we spoke about how we can arrange charging points, how we can get better roads to increase the number of automobiles. But right now, with the things we have, with the roads we have, how can we leverage the power of deep learning or artificial intelligence right now to increase automated vehicles on our roads right now?
So this automated vehicles, like I told you about this levels of autonomy. It is from, okay, let us take out 0 because it is only human driven, 1 to 5. So we are already in the autonomy level of 2 and 3. Where we have this, driver assistance systems, advanced driver assistance system, where if you are, running these cars on highways, you have this adaptive cruise control. You can just, you need not bother about your leg on the accelerator. It will go at the speed whatever you set. Okay.
If you bring the puddles we have, the wrong routes people take.
No. Let me come to that. The technology is there. Now is the question of implementation. So implementation, like if you guys have gone on the roads, they are definitely improving. Okay. And this change of, this India is a very huge country. It will not come overnight, or probably what you are thinking now will be changed when you become another 10 to 12 years older. Because I tell you, even in my childhood when I used to go to my ancestral village, it used to take, that is from here to Kurnool, it used to take about 8 hours by the bus. Because most of the route used not to be good. But now if you look at this Hyderabad-Bangalore highway, in flat 3.5 hours you can reach Kurnool. Likewise, you have so many other roads, which are autonomous vehicles compliant, not fully but partially. At the same time, you also might have seen at places where they go on this ORR, they tell you, okay, this is the speed limit with which you are supposed to drive, and you are driving at this speed. So people are actually telling you, and there have been cases where people are fined also. You should be aware, or when you go to the airport, there is a place where your speed is actually checked, but the camera is already 500 meters before. So if you are exceeding the speed, at that time you will be having a challan. And nowadays the challan system also is very easy. And let me tell you, like how we have this FASTag. FASTag is this toll which you pay at the toll plaza. Earlier is to pay the money. Now you just have to go there. The system will scan your FASTag and the money is deducted. How has this change come? This has come over a period of time. Now that everybody is compliant, people are paying the toll because the roads are good. If the roads are not good, you would definitely not be paying the tolls. So this is a continual thing. What is the difference between continuous and continual? Anybody? Okay, academic question. You must know this because when you join the companies, when you go for this certification, ISO certification, continuous is what something which you do it continuously. Okay, means it's a step incremental. Whereas continual is you achieve something, sustain it for some time, and then go on to the next improvement. That is continual improvement. So what we are now doing is we are having those systems. At the same time, we are following it for some time, and then we are going a step incremental. We are then going to get the other one. So this autonomous cars, when the roads, we are as it is, all the roads are being, widened for facilitating this autonomous cars. I think I have answered it. Hope that, yeah. Next. Yes, ma'am, please.
So thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable insights.
My pleasure.
So I have two questions for you. First thing was, how adapting AI can actually help us? You've spoken about the automobile industry, the cars, the smart cars and all. So we being the computer science students,
Yeah.
and we deal with a lot of AI technology and all that. How can we contribute to this smart cars and automobile industry? And second question is, we have this ideology for 2047. So Viksit Bharat for 2047. Do you actually think we can, at this rate of, the technology being growing technology, can we actually reach our vision by 2047?
Yeah, I am very confident and I hope to live by that time. People actually think about linear progression. But have you ever thought about any exponential progressions? It is all within us, within our capabilities. Probably at the rate at which we are going, like one of our friends asked a question about the corruption and all, we are probably going like this. But imagine there is some intervention where people change, automatically we will jump. Like COVID intervention. What are the positives of COVID? Everybody started using digital, isn't it? Earlier we used to actually use the money, even though digital was there used to be a lot of apprehension that probably the money may not be debited, but now even a vegetable vendor has got this. Even your Pani Puri Golgappe wala, okay, whenever you want, even for 5 rupees, 10 rupees also, he'll have this thing. Coming to the second, artificial intelligence. Now that is, artificial intelligence actually is so rampant everywhere, people are using it left, right and center. Okay, but I don't know how you guys are actually prepared to implement it. Like in the cars, okay. Now when you have this over-the-air support, when you have this predictive maintenance software, when you have this telematics, the driver has to just sit in the car, he should know how to do the steering control. Rest everything is taken care by the center, service center. There also people need not monitor. The triggers will automatically be there. Whenever anything is exceeding beyond a limit, it will automatically come. Like I was telling about the engine overrunning case. Okay. Now, if the vehicle is costing about some 35 lakhs, the engine might cost you about 3 to 4 lakhs. That can be because of a negligence or ignorance of the driver, that he should not be running without, he should not be running in neutral down the hill, okay, down the slope. But he will not be knowing when the engine speed is increasing, because the wheels are driving the engine, but the trigger is generated at the headquarters and he can immediately alert the driver. Actually, there was a lot of resistance among the drivers when this thing was introduced, because they said that you are trying to monitor us. Because most of our the psyche is that you can get away by doing the wrong things. If you are true to your job, if a driver has to do his job properly, it is his life at stake. Let us assume the vehicle is going at X speeds, 100 kilometers per hour. Suddenly the engine stops. What happens? Either he'll bang into somebody or somebody will bang into him. Either he'll lose his life or he'll be the reason for somebody else losing his life. Okay, so these things can always be avoided, and that is where your artificial intelligence can be, like biometric. People you may not be aware, most of this driver community in India, they will be doing overtime. They will be running, mostly the vehicles and the trucks in the night. So if they are tired, okay, but they still have to provide for the family. They work for less salaries, that's why they do overtime. So in that case, if he is tired and his pulse rate and all is detected by AI and it goes to the center, then you can immediately change him. Otherwise, this guy will meet with an accident and along with him, there will be a cargo which will be in danger. Assuming that it is a hazardous material cargo, then the danger will be, quadruple, multiple, manifold. So that is how where you can, the artificial intelligence can be used, and it is being used slowly and steadily. There will be an increase. Like I was telling about the other cases also about drivers changing. So if you can have most of the people, who have their friends in the US, they work there and they pay people at Amirpet. Heard about this? Okay. Now it is something like this, but that guy will never develop. But in case you have got an artificial intelligence system there, then everybody has to do their own work. Okay. Yeah. Any other question? Yeah, guys. Any other question, please? Good. Somebody at the last. I hope you have heard here. You raised your hand. Let me see. Yeah, you are asking the question or taking permission?
Sir, can cars be danger for artificial cars can be danger for the people?
Autonomous cars, can there be danger for the people?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, I was talking about this cellular communication, vehicle to pedestrian. So, in one of those autonomous this thing I was mentioning about vehicle to pedestrian data transfer. Let us assume that when we have this technology in place, because initially these autonomous cars will be in designated spaces, probably in factory setups where the cars can be used. So at that time, the pedestrians also will have some kind of an indication that there is a car approaching. So they may not be, danger for the pedestrians due to the autonomous cars. In fact, yesterday only I was seeing one video where one of the cars, autonomous cars, was tested for almost 1 million miles, and they had 2 accidents, okay, where there was no loss of life, and the mistake was not because of the car, it was a driverless car, okay. So, but in India, that's about a foreign country I am mentioning about, but if you come to the Indian scenario, yeah, definitely when we have a communication between the car and the pedestrian, we can avoid the accidents. Obviously, when you will not come to know when you are approaching, but in case we have roads where only the pedestrian can go, the lane marking is proper, then you can, eliminate this possibility. Yeah.
What does AI do in automobiles when something suddenly unknown happens?
Suddenly? Yeah, can you repeat your question?
What does AI do in automobiles when something unknown happens?
Something unknown happens. Okay. Now, what are the possibilities of something unknown happening? The probability is we have enough data. So, the beautiful point about AI is it captures the data of all the cars which are running. So, the environment is also suitably mapped. Okay. So, the probability of having something unknown happening, it might be less, but if it occurs, it's just too bad. But it may not be very rampant. I hope, guys, you are listening to me. Brother, you asked the question and you just sat down. What did I say? Okay, this is a very good this thing. So, this is for the pessimists. Like anything can happen anytime. Murphy's law. If something has to go wrong, it will. But it is not that have faith in the AI and the subject you are studying, man. Are you going to allow it to happen? We have a system where, let us assume 1 million cars are running. If AI is in place, it will map the behavior of all these million cars, like you have in the GPS system. Earlier they never used to give, now if you have alternate routes, sometimes outside your district, they will give you the toll amount which you will be incurring by following so and so route. Now how is this happen? If there is some construction on the road, you will already be alerted that road will be closed. Why? Because there are so many other cars which have gone by that place and stopped. And this is being read by the computer there, and it is relaying to the other person. So AI, friend, you are the one who is going to take this AI forward. So have faith in that subject. Okay, nothing is going to go wrong. If at all something is going to, things do happen. It's not one out case, doesn't glorify or magnify anything.
I'll just elaborate the same question and construct it in a better way.
Yeah.
So you're asking, everything has an error rate to it. So with us having the smart card and the automobile in the industry, what if due to this error rate, how can we reduce that error rate? And secondly, if at all come across that error, how can we minimize the damage being caused?
Yeah. So, when the autonomous vehicles especially are being planned in Indian cities, this was the first question which has come, because in most of the cities, we cross the road when it is red and stop when it is green because somebody else is crossing it. So, in that case, autonomous vehicles will have a tough time to actually run. Okay. So, this implementation will not be there till the time the other things are corrected. It is really foolhardy to have autonomous vehicles in our traffic conditions, because forget about the red lights, you will have so many two-wheelers which will go crisscross. So autonomous vehicle first will meet with an accident itself, and it will cause so much of injury. So right now it will take some time. That is why the level of autonomy what you are talking about is level 5, which is not even there in the whole world. We are at level 2 and 3, probably there will be a progression. And Amrit Kaal, my dear friends, is not ending now, it's coming after 25 years. By that time world would have changed. Okay. Yeah. Ma'am, you can remind me when we are running out of time, because I have a habit of forcefully engaging with the people. So, yeah. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
So we are developing the AI cars, sir. So at the end of the day, is a computer intelligent or the software which we developed is intelligent or the car is intelligent?
Can you just repeat?
We are developing AI cars, sir.
Yeah.
AI, automated cars. So at the end of the day, which is intelligent? A car, a software, or a computer?
Okay, who is intelligent? Is it the machine or the man behind the machine? It's the man behind the machine. By giving too much of importance to the computer, we are denigrating ourselves. We are actually intelligent. That's why I said have faith in yourself to proclaim that you are more intelligent than the computer. But when it comes to functionality, this question will not arise, because you are not the person there. Somebody else more intelligent than you, more knowledgeable than you, has put that system in place for you to use it. So there is somebody else who is intelligent than the machine there. But by and large, it is the humans. Like if you want, that's the reason why people are having cyber security. Why? Because somebody develops a system into a, let us say, autonomous car. Okay, the moment in the start go, you've seen Robo, right? Robo Churchikan movie. There was one Robo who is a hero. The other is Robo with a red chip. It is the same Robo. So if somebody creates a chitty out of your car, God save the world. Okay, that's the reason why we have this cyber security, where you have robust systems. Encryption is there so that people don't enter into the system and change it. So here again is the human who is more intelligent. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
So I have a question about when an accident occurs in an autonomous car, will the AI be the fault or the driver?
See, those regulations have not yet come, but firstly, that's going to take time. Right now, in a semi-autonomous car, obviously the driver will be at fault, because if it is a driverless car, then the company which makes it. But it will not come till the time everybody is sure. You know, it will not happen that way. Just because you have got an autonomous car, it will run on the road. You can't endanger life like that.
But you have mentioned about assisted driving, right?
Yeah, assisted driving is the driver will be at fault because the driver is, so he has to be knowledgeable about the systems. Now let us assume they are sitting in a car and you don't know what the car parameters are. And if you are driving the car, how will you come to know if there is an accident? Okay, when you are not supposed to be going beyond a speed. Let us assume they say the speed should not exceed beyond 80 kilometers per hour on a very good 6-lane highway. But if you are going at 120 speed, you say because your car is driving, you can't say because my car is able to go, I am going at this speed. You are at fault because you are not following the rules there. So wherever AI is assisting the driver will be at fault for not following the rules. Okay.
Autonomous is assisting, right?
Autonomous?
Like the AI is assisting, right? So how do they overcome this?
Assisting in terms of providing him information. See, when you say cruise control, the cruise control, like as you are driving on the road, if you find that the vehicle, the road is very clear and there is no vehicle in front of you, you put the 80 speed, you don't have to really bother about the acceleration, you just have to do the steering control. But the moment you find some other car going there, you immediately put your pedal on, your leg on the pedal, and the cruise control goes to manual control. So it is not that, there will always be a switch between a human control and a assisted control. So it is not that if you are putting in the autonomous mode, it will be continuously going in that. So there some amount of human intervention is there, and thereby there is a person who is driving the car who will be responsible. So it is not that machine can't be blamed, or even if you have to blame, how can you punish a machine? It's always the humans. Yeah.
So with the growth of the technology right now, so what do you think there might come a day where we completely hand over the control to the system, then minimizing the manual control? So what do you think, is it suggestible? What is your opinion on it?
See, if it is going to help you, let us have a scenario where you have a person who is not able to walk. If he is wheelchair bound, will it not be good for that person to hand over everything to the machines and live a good life? Otherwise, imagine a scenario where the person is trying to do things on its own. He will not be able to even take a step ahead. He won't be able to do his daily chores as well as going to the washroom or eating food. But if the machine is able to do for him, isn't it a welcome change? Won't you be very happy if your grandmother or grandfather would live for 100 years in whatever condition they are in, though they are incapable personally? So even the same thing is with the technology. With the proliferation of technology, if we are using the technology in a proper manner, we would always be happy to adopt it. Okay. Now because of that adoption, see, because the GPS has come, your Ola, Uber and which is that bike, this thing, yeah, that has come. Otherwise, Oyo rooms, Oyo has come or Airbnb has come is just because of your technology only. Otherwise, they don't own any cars. I hope you know that. They don't, the Airbnb or Oyo, they don't own any rooms. It is just because of technology there is a new business which is generated. And people are able to get this technology, the facilities at a discounted price. Now that is where one of the technologies says that you can buy car as a part of a subscription. You need not own a car. Okay, you can buy a monthly subscription. Somebody will be having a pool of cars. You can use the car whenever you want to, as a member, and then keep the car back. That is also possible. There are places where you can put in the coins or unlock it with a QR code and use this electric scooters and all. So it is nothing but a technology which is favoring. Otherwise, you put your bike which doesn't have all this thing on the road, next minute it vanishes. Okay? Yeah.
Does that not increase the chance of system failure? Because you can blame a person, but you cannot blame the machine for some kind of failure.
No, that regulations will be in place. See, I'll tell you, when we are thinking of bigger things, we should always be very sure that the government will not bring all these things with the rules and regulations in place. Everywhere you name a thing, the rules and regulations are there, and definitely where the human lives are involved, when especially when we are going to have this autonomous cars and all on the road, whenever it is, the rules will be very strict. Even for the pedestrians, you are not then supposed to walk on the road. Okay. Yeah, guys, any one guy who's motivated to get into automobile because of this lecture, can you just raise their hand? Okay, you may not join, at least if you are getting motivated. Okay, this is something very interesting. Good, thank you so much. Okay, there's one more hand which I can't see the face, but yes, the person who asked me the question at the back, 3, 4, 5 guys, good. Thank you. Yeah. So, you people, right away can start your online courses. Wherever they are, you need not be from ASDC, but do it on your own. Because, my first concern is my own city. Yeah, any other questions? Yeah, please ask.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
My doubt is like a device which processes zeros and ones, which is able to make it in Indian traffic compared to other countries.
I couldn't get the question.
Sir, the traffic levels like in India are much more compared to other countries, right? So the AI, the system which processes zeros and ones,
Yeah.
will it be able to make it through Indian traffic and reach the destination properly and accurately?
Yeah, see, that is what I said, the rules and regulations, the road conditioning has to be done proper. You need to have proper roads, there has to be some traffic sense in the people before you can actually implement these autonomous vehicles.
Sir, then this again takes to us that the roads in our country also should be properly organized, right?
They are improving day by day. You can, I would suggest, as a sort of an experiment, you go to any place outside the city, okay, to some remote area, you look at how the road is, visit that place after 4-5 years, definitely there will be a change. See, our outer ring road has come, so many, the travel has become easier, isn't it? If you have to travel from one place, I stay in Alwal, okay, if I have to go to a place, Adipatla or our Ramoji city, to navigate through the city, it takes me about 2 hours. But if I go through the ORR, maybe in 40 minutes I reach there. So this road has facilitated that. Similarly, you will have roads which will facilitate this autonomous driving. Probably there will be change in the rules. So initially they might have these autonomous cars in industrial layouts where the transfer of material or men can be there within that layout. If they have perfected that knowledge and technology, then they will take it outside. So surely, but it will definitely come. Yeah. Yeah. Any other question? Okay, I think we have exhausted. Okay, Eddie, just one last question from my side. All those who said not interested, has anybody changed their opinion? Raise their hands. No change? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, so is it to make me happy? No, I'll be very optimistic. I really feel that you guys have seen this with interest. Okay, ma'am, I have finished. Thanks a lot. Babu, can I have some water? Neelu unnaya?
I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the students, staff, our esteemed principal, distinguished guest speakers, Mr. P. Mohammed, Asha Ma'am, Head of IQAC KMIT, Shriyari Ma'am, HOD ARML Department, for your presence, active participation and your active participation has truly enriched our transformative development dialogue, which has been endorsed by Prime Minister's Office and Government of India, focusing on Amrit Kaal Vimarsh Bharat by 2047. Now, I request Asha ma'am and Sridevi ma'am to honor our guests.
అందరితో మాట్లాడతాను. ఆస్క్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్ టు స్టే బ్యాక్. సార్ని మేడం తీసుకెళ్తాను. ఒకసారి మైక్ ఇనాను. మైక్ Yeah, thank you all. So we are privileged to support and endorse the highest offices of Government of India. We are very thankful to Mohammed Ali sir for sharing his insights. Thank you for being patient with us, sir. Thank you for guiding us on this transformative dialogue on future of automobile industry and how as students we can help with our knowledge and skills for future of academia. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for being with us. I request all the students to stay back for a while. Ma'am, sir, principal room ki పంపిస్తాను. Snacks sir ki ఇవ్వండి. ఓకేనా? మోనిష్ Chidruba, ask them to close the light. Stop the light. Ashridev madam to join him. Principal.